I don't know what's happening. I've tried. I'm not showing us live, and I don't know what's happening, but I cannot see comments. So I cannot see myself live. And go on your computer, open Chrome at the top right, click more. A new window will appear. Check the incognito. My God. Oh, Lord, help me, Jesus. Okay. I'm trying to do that. Okay, I'm trying this. And the search bar. That's the one I was looking at. So incognito. Paste and go. Okay, I'm there. I'm following. Speak. Okay, I still don't see a live. I still don't see a live. It's asking me to log in to continue. I still don't see a live. So that didn't work. That didn't work. Nope, that didn't work. So for some reason, I can't see it. It doesn't work to let me see it. No, I don't have other IG accounts. I'm not sure. It didn't allow me to see myself live, and I couldn't monitor the comments. And I definitely would have to do that on the second device because I'm on the computer, right? So then I wouldn't be able to monitor the other comments that all do populate in the Restream combined chat, right? So I couldn't see all those comments. I'd be flipping back and forth between screen. So Instagram's different than everything else because I can see myself on all of the other platforms. So I don't know. This just might not be a good option. Um, it's not working. So I have no idea. And then it doesn't save. I downloaded the Yellow Duck twice, deleted it and re-downloaded it, and doesn't give me an option to save it to my story. That's why all the other lives that are listed in the analytics, none of them have a record on IG because they weren't downloaded at all because there was no option to download them. So doesn't look like a viable option for me unless I'm just going to go, natively live, which I may have to consider doing because it seems like even with the lives that I'm doing, it's overriding the notices that Facebook would normally give to people who normally watch. So instead of the people being notified, hey, I'm live, when I do it via Restream, it overrides that notice. So I'm losing all the way around. Yeah, but that means I have to have another account. Yeah, that's a bit much. I have to have another account. Um, yeah, yeah. So I have another account, which means, so with Facebook, what I spend the first 5 minutes doing, Pam, when I'm going live, is I'm tagging people, the people that I invited, because when I go live through Restream, it does not notify the people that I'm live like Facebook does. Facebook, when I go live, notifies everybody that I've invited that I'm live. When I go through Restream, that overrides that notice. So nobody knows I'm live unless, of course, they're planning, let me go to this page at 8:30. Facebook normally says, hey, Marcus is live to the people that I've invited. So I haven't been able to figure that out. So it's just more, maneuvering than I would want to intend. And you're right, I guess maybe Instagram doesn't want to be stream friendly yet, or didn't look at it that way, because this is doesn't matter because I can't know who's watching, and it won't be saved. Just like Clubhouse, it won't be saved. So maybe I'll reach out to Yellow Duck and ask them why it won't download a more recent version that allows me to save it to stories, and then I can at least go back and watch it. But it doesn't really help me. The lives I like because of the engagement, but on Facebook, in part, I believe because I'm up against some major competition on Tuesday nights when I normally have my show, I've gone from thousands of views to hundreds of views. And I expected there to be some dip because now everybody has a Facebook show, right? But what I'm learning is when I'm talking to people and ask them, hey, what can we do to get you back to love and stuff, they're saying, well, I used to get a notice when you went live to remind me, and now I don't get that notice. And when I talked to Restream, they said, oh, yeah, we got to wait. We'd say you're getting ready to go live. I said, yeah, you post that on my page. But Facebook notifies the people that I invited to my live when I go live. So I don't know if you're on the live now and listening to me, Pam, but I'm talking to you. So you might put in the comments that you're hearing me, because I'm just rehearsing to you my challenges and hoping for some feedback on that. Okay, so I see you typed, unfortunately, Instagram is not that stream friendly. Are you able to hear me talk to you now? Okay, so I guess I'm saying I thought Facebook was an integrated platform. Your notice appears to be overriding. When I go live, your live stream on Facebook, for some reason, overrides the notice that Facebook would give to people who I have invited. So it allows me to invite so many people. Those people are telling me that once I go live, they no longer get a notice that I'm going live. Yeah, but you're not notifying the users. You're only posting it on my page, right? Your stream doesn't see who I've invited in the event and notify all of those people, correct? Because that's what Facebook used to do. Correct? You just post on the page, Marcus is getting ready to go live, basically. Is that correct? Okay, I need to stream directly to my event. I thought I was, so I'm not streaming directly to my event. I create events on the page. I thought I was doing the former, Pam, but you might be helping me. I thought I was doing the former. I thought that I create events on both pages on Facebook. I haven't been creating events on LinkedIn Live, so I get that part. But I create so, but LinkedIn is a funny crowd, but I could maximize that, I hope. But I create events on my Facebook pages, two of them, and that's where I think I'm going live. What am I doing wrong? Should I be on Restream pointing them to those events on the page? Am I missing some option to do that? Because I think you're right. I think the stream just appears on my page. You might be raising a great point. Because I invited, last week, I must have invited like 400 people between the two pages. And when I just kind of did a brief follow-up, I didn't go back and ask all 400 people, but some of the people said, I still didn't get the notice that you were live. it happened to notify me afterwards, or if I tag them in the comments, which takes a lot of time to tag people. But so that's why I invite them. So, they're invited. And when I go live, if they've responded to the invite, and sometimes I don't know if they haven't. So you need to point Restream to these specific events. Please hold, I will give you a guide on how to do that. Okay, that might be helpful before I go live next Tuesday and before I go live Saturday, because I think I'm going to schedule an event for Saturday across the 3 to test it and see if it picks back up some of my numbers. It could always be a content pivot. I need to look at the content I'm providing and change that around. But I just kept plugging away and just never gave attention to, okay, my numbers are going down. What I ended up doing, I thought Facebook was just putting me in a vicious cycle. It was showing it to fewer people so that I would spend money to boost it. And so each week I would just boost it, and I get fairly decent numbers. Sometimes with a boost, I might get 3,600 views, Sometimes I might get 800 views. So I thought that was topic based, right? Sometimes I'm getting 1,100 views. My goal had been 1,000 views and 60 shares. Those were my metrics. And so I haven't hit those in quite some time. Well, episodically, my birthday thing, I hit it. Some special shows, I exceeded it. But a lot of the shares are, some of the shares are me sharing in various groups, and some of the shares, and I don't count those in my 60, but some of the shares are, organic shares, and that's what I'm after, But yeah, it's the events. Yeah, I probably need to point them specifically to. I didn't see that option though for Facebook. I saw it for LinkedIn, but I don't remember that option for Facebook. But I could just be overlooking it. Oh. Yep, I'm a 70s baby, so I must admit, talking to someone, even though I'm not hearing you, works better for me than, I don't know. My eyes are tired. I'm tired. That's what it is. For Facebook, use this guide to connect Restream to existing Facebook event, but I recommend making the events from Restream. Read more about it here. And here's a guide to LinkedIn. Right. Okay. Use this guide to connect Restream to an existing Facebook event. Okay. But I recommend making the events from Restream. So I've already made. Tell me why you recommend making the events from Restream. I will read more about it, even though I hate to be pointed to read something that you know already. It's good to have the guides, but why am I reading through a guide if you have the answer? I'm that kind of user. But I know it's empowering to have the information, to have it handy, but when I want an answer, I want the answer right now. But why are you recommending do the events from Restream? Because I can't invite a group of people from Restream. I have to still create the event in Facebook. Facebook allows me, as you probably know, to go through previous events I've done, to look at friends, and invite up to 500 people, depending on when I create the event. And then I can do the same for another page, and it might let me invite 500 more people, or sometimes it reduces it to 50. So typically I can invite between 50 and 550 people. Are you saying I can do that same thing in Restream by doing the event, or then do I have to then go back to Facebook and do that invite? Because I don't know why. I'm trying to find out why you recommend making the events from Restream. How does that help me achieve my goal of getting the attention of the people that I'm inviting? Because that's the goal for me. So please describe why you recommend that. If you make the event from Restream, Restream will make the events on the end platform for you with our API connection. So there will still be a Facebook event. We just make it for you. This would allow you to stream with API permissions. Translate that into something the layman would. Why is that of value to me that you create the event for me if you don't invite the people for me? If you can't put the photo for me, what steps do you save me? Because I still have to go in and edit it and add the photo that I would add, which may change from my logo to the guest picture. It could be a more current picture of mine. And then I still have to go in and invite people. So why is that of benefit? It's basically the same without sacrificing the API connection that allows you to have analytics and chat. I, I, um, the API connection that allows you to have analytics and chat. Yeah, I'm missing something. When you say have analytics, what analytics don't I get when I do it? When I create, what analytics? Yeah, what analytics do I not get when I created the way that I've been created? I do the event on Facebook. I go live to the page. You give me some analytics. So what analytics am I missing in Restream, I guess is the question. And when you say and chat, now I'm confused. I thought the chat, whoever's on those platforms, when they start talking, it shows up in the comments. Only LinkedIn doesn't show up in the comments. Nope, LinkedIn does show up in the comments. LinkedIn doesn't show up in the counter. It doesn't show up in the analytics on screen. Like right now, it's 0 people watching, this says, which means it's not counting Instagram people because you're on Instagram watching. But it counts the Facebook pages that are watching, but it doesn't count the other pages. So when you say and chat, can you clarify that for me? I'm not understanding your response. Oh, Jesus. Mm-mm. You do not get any analytics at all if you connect Restream to an event made from Facebook directly. To clarify, API permissions just mean it's the access we have to your Facebook. So if you have no API connection, you do not get the Facebook chats and your Restream chats and any analytics at all. So I must have the API connections because I must have the API connections because I get in the Restream chats the chats of both Facebook pages. So when people put comments, I get those comments in the chat. When on LinkedIn, if somebody comments, I get that comment in the chat. I don't get any comments from Twitch TV, any comments from YouTube events, and any comments from IG. But I get comments from LinkedIn, not as often, but I don't think people are talking as often. There's fewer people there. But Facebook, when someone comes in and says hello, not when they come in, like on Facebook, it shows me who's coming in. It doesn't show that, but it shows me when they say hello or they comment to something that's happening. Those comments show up in the chat Like the last live I did before you came on, that I thought I was doing live on Instagram, and I probably was. It just isn't saved, and nobody probably saw it, I guess, or could comment or commented where I could see it. Right? Uh, I did probably a 50-minute or something. I don't know how many minutes I was on, but earlier this evening, and people were commenting in the restream chat. I didn't have my two phones, which I normally have by me, to follow the chats. I used one of the phones for the timer. The other phone, I followed the LinkedIn because I don't know, it doesn't include LinkedIn in the counter. I can notice I could have 3 people on LinkedIn and the counter could read 0. And then when Facebook people come in, the counter will increase and it'll add in the 2 pages on Facebook. So if I have 9 people, I got 5 on 1, 4. I could look at both those pages and see. But it's putting people in the chat. You've been getting chats because you've been streaming to your page, which is done with API. But if you start connecting to a Facebook event made on Facebook directly, it won't have an API connection. Okay. So I guess I'm saying if I create the event on Restream, I still have to go on Facebook, change the photo, because I don't think you have anywhere where I can upload the photo to the event. I still have to go in and invite people on Facebook, right? That's not something I can do. You can only create the event, right? I still have to do the basic stuff. The only advantage to that is I don't know what the advantage to that. Let me make sure I'm understanding. Is the advantage to that it will notify, because I'm connected to the event, or the event was created. Will it notify the people that I invite when I go live? That's the question I'm trying to get an answer to, because I think heretofore it would. Okay. I just can't invite people, right? I still have to go back to Facebook and say, okay, now let me invite all these friends and people, right? Yes, you will need to invite them from Facebook, but this will mean that when you stream, they will get notified. I just want to make sure when I stream, it's going to notify everybody I invited. I think that's what you're telling me. If you respond yes, I think I'll be a happy camper, and I will close this out. And thank you for listening to my interesting way of getting customer service help. I think that will be my answer. So, is that a yes? Yes, yes. Yes, you will need to invite them from Facebook, but this will mean that when you stream, they will get notified. Sounds like a yes to me. And if it is, Pam, just confirm that, and then I am done. I think you can go back to your other tons of chats. And I appreciate your helping me along this process. I have to figure out something different for Instagram, because I don't know. I guess I could create a dummy account. That just doesn't make sense to me, but I'll figure it out. Because I'd like to involve the people on Instagram. I'm going to go live from my phone for now today, but I will involve them a different way, I guess. Mm, excuse me. Yes, just make sure that you stream. Let's give the sing the steps themselves as the guy goes into more detail. All right, I'm going to spend some time. I believe all of this will still be saved after I close out with you. So I'll spend some time between tomorrow and early Saturday reviewing it, because I do want the people that I invite. I have an event that I'm doing. Well, I have a live I'm doing tomorrow, but I don't think I'll set up events in time for that. I may, if I have time in the morning to read through it. But definitely for my 11 o'clock that I'm doing on Saturday, and I have an event that I'm doing on Saturday afternoon at 3, for those two events, I will definitely set up events in Restream to go live from and to see how that works with engaging a few more people than just people who casually say, oh, yeah, that's right, at 8:30. Ideally, you want people to be hungry enough to look for it every week, but you know, so many other options. I want to be able to notify people it's on and let them come in and make that decision to stay more than 10 seconds or be hooked or whatever we can do to get them involved. So thank you so much and have a wonderful day or evening. I don't know where you are around the world, but thank you so much for your help. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to work at using the soothing voice more often. Thank you. Have a great night. All right, I'm closing this out. Very good.